What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and it's that time of year where college football is upon us, and Coach Prime is still getting dissed by everybody, man. I'm going to show y'all some disses that happened earlier throughout the summer. This ain't even all of them. Everybody took pot shots, and the main catalyst behind most of these shots is, one, Deion is going to encroach on their recruiting territories where they felt like they could get certain players. And they are threatened by those players, that Deion's going to get, and they feel like he's going to overtake the conference. Thing is, they were accepted in the Big 12, and now we had the Oregon and Washington coach having something to say about Deion. And he didn't take that too lightly. I'm going to play y'all some of the things that's been said about Coach Prime, and then his response to that stuff and what Dan Lanning said about Deion.
A resetting of the standards and what the expectations are. I gave guys 12 months of grace, and I was unlike Deion. I gave guys 12 months of grace to figure it out. Here's the 3. Go to class, live right off the field, and when you show up over here, man, you show up with respect and appreciation for your opportunity. And if you go 0 for 3 for 12 months, you need a fresh start. So we help 21 guys, give or take, find a fresh start.
Whereas I hear other schools talking about they can't wait for today, the transfer portal, they can't wait to go out. I can't wait to coach my guys. Let me tell you that. I'm not thinking about anybody else other than this team that's out here. So
you also have the Pittsburgh Panthers head coach talking about that's not the way it's meant to be, talking about the transfer portal and the way Deion is doing things. And what he said is when you become a head coach, you inherit that team and you coach that team. If someone wants to leave, that's great. You don't kick them out. I disagree with that whole process. That's not why I got in the game.
Not a big reaction. I'm trying to remember what they won to affect this conference. I don't remember. You remember them winning anything? I don't remember them winning anything.
Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I'm pretty sure I get every darn coach I'm playing against, head coaches, and anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good. It's a message for the youngsters out there and the old school, not old fools.
A couple more teams moving today. It's crazy.
Yeah, same teams are talking about us, right? Oh, Lord, that was good.
So I have a lot to say about this, man. Coach Prime dropped some jewels in that interview saying, I feel good about myself. I'm not worried about what nobody else got to say. And you think about this, right? They're already talking about this man in an egregious fashion. They saying that, what have they won? Really not taking shots at the school, taking shots at who's at the helm, criticizing him for going to the Big 12. Now, here they are, just a few days later, going to the Big 10. So you already knew y'all was in negotiations to go, but you talking now on the move that man just made. They feel really threatened about having to face him in the interim and, what he may do in a short amount of time at Colorado. Again, I say this a lot. Coach Prime also took a risk leaving Jackson State because now that he's at the high major, they're expecting that same turnaround. So they expect to get to the top. Just, being 500, that's not what they hired him for. They hired him to make Colorado a powerhouse. And some people believe that if Colorado becomes too good, then the big boy's going to come knocking. And Florida State got to be kicking themselves because they had the opportunity to bring Prime in right away. But I think it worked out getting that experience at the lower D1 level and everything and working his way up. But it'll be interesting to see how Florida State does over the next few years. if they can keep their trajectory going in the right direction, because if they don't, you have to think if Colorado plays really well, they're going to try to back up the Brinks truck to Coach Prime to get him to come. But as far as these coaches, man, I think these shots, you had someone like Matt Rule, he made it to the NFL. He wasn't able to do anything with the Panthers. Man, had Christian McCaffrey on his team, had DJ Moore. I mean, quarterback play was a little questionable, to say the least, and it was after Cam's prime. But, you know, he had a decent defense. You know, the defense was pretty good. They kept Panthers in a lot of games, and so he had that to work with. You know, you made it to the top. Why you hating on Deion for getting to the Colorado level? You worried about the transfer portal, really? And then we go look at everybody's roster and they accepting transfers. They don't like that Deion is so vocal and outspoken about his tactics, but, you know, it would come off a different way if it was them. They're coaching in the wrong day and time because NIL. So a coach like Deion don't have to be quiet about how they going about getting players. And they feel like if they take a visit to Colorado and they get with Deion, they're not going to be able to get players. And Nick Saban, you know, he kind of did it when he was at Jackson State. So I knew this thing was going to kick to that next level when he got to Colorado. Because at Jackson State, you only had to worry about maybe one or two choosing the HBCU route. But now they have the facilities and everything else. So now you got to worry about losing most of your recruiting class to Coach Prime, you know. But there's plenty of players out there, man. He can't get but so many on the roster. You may have to start actually coaching the 2 stars and the 3 stars a little bit more than you would like. You might not get them Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa's, you know, Justin Jefferson's. You may not get them all the time. Now, they may go to Colorado sometimes. So you may have to actually, you know, coach these guys up to make them reach that level like other coaches been doing for the longest. And, you know, for them to say something about him, though, getting accepted in the Big 12 is crazy, especially if they go into the Big 10 just a few days later. You knew those negotiations was taking place, and you knew it was in all likelihood going to happen. So why would you say something about him? I'm glad he took his little shots back at them, but this is going to go on all year, guys. This is the very beginning of what's going to be a long year of bars being traded back and forth. And if they have any success, it'll be worse. If they suck, then they're going to pile it on. If they have a little bit of success, the racism may come out. You know what I'm saying? It may even hit that next level where N-words start getting thrown around, different epithets thrown out there. You might see some of that. So I'm just prepared for any and everything, man, because they're showing exactly how they feel about him. You could easily say that's his ball club. I don't want to talk about his ball club. I want to talk about the men in my locker room. It's ways to diffuse and go around those questions. It's not like even after a spirited contest, I can see you having some words to say for him. But if the man literally is not talking about y'all, he's just taking y'all recruits, that should be fuel to you know, outperform them when you play them. But, you know, just talking down on him and acting like he's not getting the talent and that he's posing a threat is crazy. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time. Peace.